Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about XRP. Just a quick update since the last one. XRP is here in a slight uptrend. We talked about this series of 1-2 setups which has unfolded here. And lastly, we were talking about 3-1-2 setups and obviously expected a third wave rally. That third wave rally did take place. After a series of 1-2s, you do expect further upside, obviously. But if you get too many 1-2 setups, it starts to get a little bit unlikely, right? So I might make here and there a change before the next video, but that's not so important now for the short term. Either way, the idea is that we still are able, as long as key support levels are holding, which we're going to talk about, especially the 41 cent level, as long as that's holding, we can focus on higher in this C wave. I did show you in the last video that I'm still at least considering a new low for XRP, this bear market. Just the structure here, this bottoming structure, is just not entirely clear. We rallied in 3 waves between June and September. We then came down in 3 waves to a new low in January. So basically I'm counting this as an A wave to the upside, a B wave down, and now I'm looking at a possible C wave to the upside, which could then eventually just complete a high B wave, which would result in another low. Doesn't have to happen. There are of course other scenarios I'm observing in the background. Short term, certainly the trend is up. And if these short term structures eventually confirm that also the larger trend is changing, then yeah, happy to adjust the wave count. But certainly short term, the trend is up, even though it's not the most reliable structure which is evolving here. What I wanted to talk about is here the idea that we might still be in this 4th wave. So let me take you through this. If I go back to the 1-hour chart, we had obviously this series of 1-2 setups. Based on that, we expected a third wave rally. Well, that happened. The wave 4 was a bit too strong really, but I'm still counting it as a wave 4 because, to be honest, there are not many good options left to count this. So still think this is possibly the best count, but I'm not very convinced about it. I have to say that as well, right? But same way as, those support levels did hold down here. We could continue to focus on higher. We can continue to focus on higher as long as the 41 point, basically the 41 cent level is holding here, this swing low of the 22nd of March. We talked about a possibility of further upside then in the 5th wave here. Yeah. And I think I gave you a target of the sub-wave structure in the last video. So yeah, we said to get to that 5th wave, we need to hold the 41 cent level, the 22nd of March low. And we saw in the last video already a possible 1-2 setup, even though not super reliable. But I told you that to get to that level, we need to reach 48 cents in a 3rd wave. Didn't happen. What does that mean? That means the impulsive structure here did not complete, which means it's probably a correction we have to deal with. And the question is, what could this be? Well, there are different options. I'm currently observing the idea of this could be some kind of a triangle because a wave 4 oftentimes occurs as a triangle. So I would certainly not rule that option out. Is it the most likely one? At the moment, probably, because there is not really, the problem is this wave 4 came down too much basically to make it reliable. But I also don't want to add another 1-2 setup. It would just blow the chart up and would just be unrealistic. So that might have been an A wave, and that is then acceptable for a wave 4, because if it's the A wave that retraces so much, and this here, the top here most recently might have been a B wave, and we could sort of get here a C, D, E, then eventually the wave 4 might not be that strong, right? Because eventually in terms of Fibonacci retracements, what counts really is the end of the triangle. So just to show you that, let me just adjust all of that. So, if we measure the depth of the wave 3 retracement, we take the length of the 3rd wave, right? And what you normally don't really want is that the wave 4 goes below the 50% retracement. Well, it did that here. But I think what is really relevant is the termination point of the E wave. So that could still be then eventually quite a shallow wave 4, just with a very strong A wave. Well, we'll see. This is certainly an option at the moment because a wave 4 oftentimes occurs as a triangle. And yeah, the move down looked corrective. The move up currently looks corrective. So why not explore the idea of a triangle? I mean, I don't have any very strong confirmation it is a triangle, but the possibility certainly exists. So that's something I'm watching at the moment. If it is a triangle, it's not finished yet. Certainly not, right? So there's still a C wave missing, a D wave and an E wave to complete this fourth wave, and it would result in a fifth wave to the upside to complete the third. So from that point of view, as long as we are holding the 41 cent level, the focus could be on higher. Right, that's my best read of the short-term XRP chart at the moment. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.